What's up, everybody? I'm not Ellen. Don't worry. Hope everybody's having a wonderful Monday night on Chewin the BBQ Fat. Sarah's here. She's just here for the introduction. Um, Tonight is one of the most special nights on Chewin the BBQ Fat. We have ladies' night tonight, and I tell you what, it's going to be fun. Ellen is so excited to come on. We got Ellen and Lex and Lynn. It's going to be a great time. Uh, but I just wanted to come on, introduce everybody, get the show rolling. Hope you have a great night. Get the questions asked out and be ready. It's gonna be a great time. But anyway, I'm gonna bring on Lex and Lynn real quick while Ellen comes in. Hey Lex. Hey
Hey,
Lynn. How y'all doing, ladies? It's gonna be a great night.
good. It's been a really great Monday for me.
Well, good. I know this is gonna make everything much better. Y'all have fun. And Ellen, are you ready? I'll get Sarah. All right, here we go. Y'all have a good night. Ask questions away, and Ellen will be on it. Y'all be good. See y'all.
Sorry, guys. Yes, this is my life. Kids are up at 8:30. They've got testing in the morning, but we're all good. All right, ladies. So it's been a while, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's been a long time. Very long
I
time.
have stalkers in the background.
I'm sure Brian will be popping in a minute too.
Probably.
When?
You know they can't stay off camera.
Oh, I know.
When was the last ladies' night? Was
Has it been over a year?
2019?
I want to say it was December of 19. We did the holiday shopping thing.
That's right. So it's been a while.
Yeah,
Wow.
it has. It has.
So how did 2020 treat you guys?
It was wonderful. It tweeted us well.
Tweeted you? Yeah, that's a tongue twister.
Yeah,
It was great.
it was good except for the COVID thing.
How many contests did y'all go cooking in 2019, and then did you drop in 2020?
We did 37 2 years ago, and we were still able to get in 35 last year.
Wow.
Yeah. I think we did just over 20 in 19, and then last year we did I think 20.
Okay, so it didn't slow you guys down. I
No.
don't know what that is.
I don't know.
I don't know. So it didn't slow you guys down. We're in a new year, middle of almost.
Yeah, that's hard to believe.
We got a rock star on here. She's killing it on the barbecue scene.
And then you have a has-been.
Yeah,
Tell us about your adventures this year.
we got started early. I was really surprised because we cooked all the way up till the end of the year last year, and then already had a competition in for this next season before we ended last year. And so when Paul said he wanted to go to Cook Texas in January, I was like, oh, it's on. I want to sign up for as many as I can. So pretty much anything that has come up, we extended our radius. I can remember the time where like 100, 150 miles was pretty much the extent. A 3-hour trip was it. And we were just like the SS Minnow. And now it's pretty much anything within an 800-mile radius is fair game for a contest.
So the distance is not stopping you guys. What about you, Lex? Y'all just staying local, or I know you traveled to Georgia.
Yeah, we're going to Kennett, Missouri in 2 weeks. So we've got a few in Missouri. We were supposed to go up to Indiana, and I think we're heading out more. Right around us, there's not that many. Alabama, I think there's only 2 contests.
Wow.
Wichita was moved to August. It's usually the first weekend in May. That's usually my birthday weekend. And we just had Gadsden. So, I mean, Alabama's, all their contests have kind of gone to the wayside because of COVID. So we're having to travel. Last year, we traveled a lot. We went to Savannah, cooked for the first time in Virginia, went to that winery, and that was a lot of fun, Lynn. The winery in Illinois, that was awesome. after you turn in your brisket, you go into the winery and you get a little picture of what was it, sangria?
Oh, that blackberry sangria.
That was
Yeah.
awesome.
We got frozen ones to go. I still got a couple in my freezer.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, mine didn't last that long.
It's delicious. Yeah, that was Marshall, Illinois.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun, that contest.
Goodness. I feel, yeah, we went to Gadsden with you guys, and that was our first year doing that contest, and it was a great venue. The kids had fun, and can y'all hear me, everybody? I know sometimes I talk quieter than most. I'm a lot quieter than Brian. But yeah, so that was a fun venue, but I feel like it had been a minute since we had been to Alabama to cook, and I feel like the backyard teams, they said they were still kind of rolling with some contests, but the pro side of things, I guess, has slowed down a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, they several canceled. Like we did mobile. I like that contest, and then Pussyq. So there's been several that have actually canceled or
Decatur changed. Decatur changed to a steak contest.
Oh wow! I don't even guess I realized that one.
Yeah, someone talked them into doing that this year, so you know.
Sorry, Brian just informed me y'all are hearing my phone beep. So
I figured it was mine earlier because mine will like blow up constantly. So I was like, and then it's on vibrate when it's on a table. It's like.
Yeah, I think that's what that loud noise was earlier. So if y'all can't hear us or there's background noise, let me know, because I'm new to this system. So
mine's on silent, so
okay,
good.
Well, Lex, let's see.
Yes.
You guys said you're going to go to Missouri next to cook.
Which one are y'all going to, Lex?
Kennett.
Okay, we'll be in Kennett. We'll see you in Kennett.
Great.
Yeah.
Are you doing Kennett, Lynn?
Yeah, we like Kennett because Lee Atwell does a really good job, and I'm crossing my fingers that they do the crawfish boil on Friday night. Man, I can tear up some little mud puppies.
Oh, I bet.
Delicious. Yep. I just don't know how the rules, if they've lightened it up for having meals and stuff like that. So
yeah,
we'll see. But yeah, they do a great job.
Yeah, when we went to Alabama, they had waived the mask, not having to wear the mask, and turn-ins, you didn't have to wipe the boxes. So that was nice to not have to do all those procedures. But, I was surprised when we did Sip and Swine. It looked, things were a little bit different, but it wasn't as abnormal. There was people there. They still had a few things for the community, and so I really hope, we can start seeing more of that happening to get these barbecue contests back up and running and stuff. So,
yeah, that'd be great. That'd be great. It was kind of nice to see, especially during this time in Lawrenceville, as you said. There were a lot of people there. So,
yeah. So, Lynn, tell us. Have you changed much since 2020 to this year? Like, I know for us, we've heard a lot of information about there's been a change of judges and their tastes, their profiles have changed a little bit, but do y'all just kind of
That's every single time. You chase the judges' taste buds constantly. We just continuously tweak. We use those scorecards, and we've only gotten 1 or 2 comment cards this year. We're really hoping to get some comment cards. But just trying to tweak. And I've said it once, if you can ever figure out tenderness, taste will usually follow. And so we're now seeing that we're kind of nailing the tenderness and the taste is not following. So it's a constant chase. But yeah, we continuously tweak. We chase whatever it is. I joked about last year with chicken, and it's funny. Last year we couldn't get a chicken call there at the beginning of the year to save our lives, and it was like I would tell people, I was like, we've cooked 12 contests and I've used 15 chicken recipes, and now chicken has started to come around, and we're doing pretty good in chicken. Can't get a freaking rib call, and finally get a rib call, and then we can't get a pork call. But this past weekend, we got all 4. Finally, it may be the last time.
That's awesome. Yeah, I've noticed that whenever you're chasing something and you get to it, something else falls off.
Yes, it's like you focus too much on it. But this past weekend, Paul and I kind of were like, everything was running. Everybody kind of asked, they were like, did you have a good feeling? And we never have a good feeling about our food, but everything was just kind of hitting it as far as time. Past few contests, we have really struggled with like not being done. And like at 12 o'clock, Paul's like, baby, that chicken needs another minute. And I'm like, baby, I got a 4-minute walk. You got to get that chicken off that cooker. And so things weren't finishing. But this past weekend, I mean, we were nailing our timeline, and it was like really strange. So I'd like to have a contest in Roebuck, South Carolina every single weekend for the remainder of the 2021 season, please.
Yeah, I don't think we've had one of those yet.
Brian is telling me I'm not asking the questions, so I'm trying to look at the questions.
Oh, because your husband asked, what is your favorite part of the barbecue contest?
He did?
That's his question, yeah.
Oh, there we go. Okay, so we'll go with that. What is your favorite part of the barbecue contest? Who would like to answer?
Friday nap.
Friday.
I love my Friday nap. I'm going to have to get that little do not disturb sign.
I never get the Friday naps. How do you sneak those in?
Yeah, I'm not allowed to nap. My naps last like 4 hours. So yeah, it's not allowed anymore.
Yeah, they're kind of getting rare a little bit. But yeah, I always said that everybody kind of knew on Friday afternoons, if you didn't see us around and the doors were closed, it was like, it's nap time. Because we drive a lot through the night because, anytime it's pretty much over 4 hours, Paul likes to break it up. And I don't blame him. I mean, he does all of our driving. And so pretty much I can nap anytime he's driving. But yeah, he tries to sneak in one if he can. When we actually were cleaned up and done at 2 o'clock and awards weren't until 4, we actually laid down we both had showers before awards and had a nap. That was how smooth this one was.
Yeah, so if it's ever that smooth again and you get a nap before awards, you know what's coming.
I'm going to be trying my best to be done at 2 every single time. If I have to throw pans of food out the door to be done.
What about you, Lex? Your favorite part of the barbecue contest?
Oh, wow. I would say finishing turn-in, but then you have to start cleaning up. So that can't be it. I think once, if we are done with cleanup, dinner or awards, whatever's after the cleanup is my favorite part.
I want to know, I guess for all the viewers, like how many people enjoy all the potlucks and that sort of thing? Because I feel like we kind of miss out on that a lot of times. We're coming in, we're with kids, so we got to get them fed. So things are a little different for us. But I mean, I know some people coordinate. I think, Lynn, didn't y'all have some kind of dinner on Friday or Thursday?
Friday night. Elite Barbecue Smokers and Muttley Crew, Brian and Jason Hardy, and I think the Smoking Scully's guy isn't his name Brian too? There's a lot of Brians and Steve. Yeah. You're going to hit 99% of the contest circuit with Brian and Steve.
So you don't know anybody's name, just say Brian.
And man, they brought like their pizza ovens, and they had like for real dough, like those guys worked hard Friday night. But it was so good just to see people getting out and like socializing again. And I mean, for the most part, we maintained pretty good social distancing, at least 12 inches. You could fit balloons between us, so it's all good.
A little bit.
Well,
yeah, I mean,
everyone's drinking, then that's a whole different story.
Yeah, we always say we're gonna drink people, we're gonna cook.
I'm not gonna say
it. Yeah.
Thank you, Holly, for my blue drink. Always have to give Holly my shout out.
So also, somebody said that I like seeing the customers and collecting the paychecks, but Scotty, it's like half and half. Sometimes I see the money, sometimes I don't. But I'm just kidding. Wes wants to know legs or thighs and why. I don't know if you're gonna reveal that or want to reveal that, but
thighs for me, they're easier. I don't have to do them. First of all, let me just put that out there. I think chicken's really gross, but thighs, they're easy for him to do. I mean, we've done legs, we've tried legs, and they're not as easy as the thighs are. And the thighs are so much more forgiving than the legs are to cook.
Yep.
I find when
Although
I'm
I think right now that legs are in favor with the judges right now. I will say that.
I don't know, Lex. We got first place chicken on thighs, so
I know, but Brian said you burned them. Unless you were sandbagging.
you know, well, he had me nervous at 11 o'clock when he was like, "These are already cooked," and I'm like, "Well,"
but they must have had that good grilled char flavor in them that the judges like. That's what it is.
I don't
He's
know.
got to just do that over again.
He just kept on adding butter to it and making it taste good. I don't know. Just add lots of butter, I guess. So
I find when I'm prepping all the meat on the weeks before the contest, I don't touch the meat. We prefer legs, and we have for a while. And Paul has always said it's because they're easier for the trimming and everything. So we've had a hard time finding the right size. Paul likes to cook those that are like the size of a freaking turkey leg. So do you know how hard it is to find a freaking 7-ounce chicken leg?
Yeah.
yeah, they liked our big juicy thighs that we had on this contest. So I had to, come in before Trey Terry got his and got to pick the group of chicken.
And I think this is the only place that anybody would say that they like fat legs or fat thighs, as far as females saying it anyway. So
yes, exactly. All right, let's see.
Oh, Brian said Robert taught me how to fix it. I think he meant burn it.
Oh, yeah, they like the charred taste, I guess. I don't know. Let's see. My scores in Gadsden social distance as well.
I hear you, Wes.
Yeah. All right. So no more. I don't see any more questions, but if you guys have any questions for the ladies tonight, please ask. Lynn, anything you want to bring up tonight? In particular?
We got this thing called
Enhancer.
Yeah.
Just a tea.
Is this another new rub or something we need to check out?
Now it's all the rubs left over, that little bit, each little layer right there. Wes, you just take all your rubs and just start filling it up.
And that's how to get the winning meats.
So just kidding.
I will let you know, since I'm on here and I can talk products a little bit. We've seen a lot of people switch into like the SCA. I'm sorry, did I say that right? The steak contest.
SCA.
Just because I think there's more opportunities for people to attend them. They're, a lot of places, they're easy to come in and cook. And we've had a lot of people tell us, some rubs that have been really hitting on the trail. So since I'm the one that usually does the purchasing, I'm going to be adding a few of these steak rubs, and there's just so many to choose from. I know we just got all queued up and hotty toddy. And there's a few more on the way that we're going to pick up. But if you guys know maybe any information about what I need to add for a store just starting to pick up some new SCA rubs, let me know.
Okay. Well, I know you guys carry the one that we usually use. We use Uncle Fuel's.
Mm-hmm.
And that's done remarkably well for us at steak competitions.
Yes.
I mean, everybody's talking about the Arcasipi combo, and I know White Lightning's used a lot, and they have a White Lightning spicy. I think you guys have that too. That's been hitting.
Yes, and I need to add it to the website. Don't hate me. It's on my list, but we do have it. So if you don't see it and you want it, let me know and I'll hook you up. Brian's gonna hate me for saying that. He's gonna say, "What? It's not on the website yet?" But no, it's not. I've got a few things to add to the list. So
Yeah, but those are the things that we're seeing hit right now. So
Do you guys, when they have those at contests, do you guys like to cook those?
we do. I mean, it's once we get there, we're like, why did we sign up for this? Because we always have so much. We have enough to deal with the 4 meats. You know, we have to
Right.
inject. We have to do everything on Friday, and then to add steak on top of it. You know, you've got to clean up afterwards, which we hate doing anyway. So we do sign up for them because I mean that's another thing to do. And you know, the husband likes to go to bed when the street lights come on, so he's got to stay up for awards. I know, Lynn, you're laughing.
I know it's going, that's my man right there. Go to bed.
Yeah, you know it's true. So I mean, you have to stay up a little bit later, but it's fun to do. It's a quick cook. I mean, it's you know, and then turn it in. So and the steaks are free. The entries are cheap, but it's just a quick cook, and it's easy setup. It's easy cleanup, and you know that puts another thing under your belt. And if you don't have any plans for Friday, maybe that's something you'd want to do.
Yeah. And I know the debate is, do we have it on Friday or, you know, should we do it another day? But I mean, you can do it if you want to, I guess, do it if you don't. But Lynn, do y'all participate at all?
We've tried it. It's just pretty much supper for us because we don't do well with steak. So we just we just do like Geico says, and we stay in our lane, bro.
Yeah. Right.
That's all we got. It's
But
fun though, and it's immediate. I mean, you know, you cook, you turn in, and within an hour you've got results. So I mean, it's pretty cool. We just haven't done very well with it. So I think it tastes good, but
I mean, it's just like you have to perfect it, you know, like you do all the other meats. And I know Brian was
we cook the most at home, so it's like, you know, we pretty much have a steak on every single weekend. So
but I think there's an art to it. Like when we cooked it, and like everybody's got these little circles, and I mean it's just like all kind of like you got to perfect it. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah. But you know what? Another thing for people on Friday nights, if they don't want to cook steak, become a certified judge, because that's a really good dinner. You can have up to 15 bites of steak, you know, at your table or more. and I know we've done that. We've gone in when we cooked Pensacola, Florida, and they had the steak comp. We've been judges because we wanted to know what they were looking for. But we went and judged the steaks, and they had really good ones. They had some not so good, but you know, they had across the board. They were pretty good, and we were more than stuffed.
Mm-hmm.
So that's another thing you can do on, you know, just to get involved with the steak. I mean, if you become a judge, you're kind of knowing what they're looking for, and then you can talk to other judges at the table. I mean, that's something we recommend with barbecue anyway, but if you want to get into steak, that's something you can do.
Are you guys both certified to judge KCBS?
Mm-hmm. Boy, or me and Lynn?
Both of, like, so Lex and Robert, Lynn and Paul, are you guys certified?
Yep. Yes to all.
Okay, so how has that really helped you guys learn what the judges are wanting? Because Brian and I aren't, so I think it would be helpful. Yeah,
so it's a lot like the judges training for barbecue. They tell you, you know, well, when you're, especially like with ribs. So the restaurant industry has poisoned everybody's mind that ribs should fall off the bone.
Mm-hmm.
They teach them that the right rib, you should be able to take a clean bite out. It shouldn't fall off the bone, but they teach you what they're looking for.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of it, like barbecue, is subjective. So the appearance part, because they cut the steak in half, but the appearance part is from the top. So your appearance, there's a couple more criteria. I can't think of it off the top of my head right now. But that's done off the top part, and you eat, and I think, it's done as an appearance off the top, and then your texture and your taste and everything. But taste is subjective. Appearance is subjective. You know, does that look good to you? Subjective. But they kind of walk you through, you know, the different cuts of meat. And the thing I really liked about the SCA training is they went over the meat. I think the training was like an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours before they actually started bringing steaks out for you to actually judge the way they judge it. And most of the time was done on the cut of meat, which was really, really cool. So they tell you a lot about the actual steak that you're going to be cooking. Because I mean, it's all ribeyes. Well, it's supposed to be, but I heard the shed changed theirs over to New York strips this year. But
Also, I mean, I know you're talking about judging steak, but what about KCBS?
I think I've only judged 3. If I get that close to a cook-off, I want to be cooking it.
yeah, I don't like judging pro. It's too much food for me. It's for me, it's too much food. Backyard, I love judging backyard. And we've done quite a few. I think we've done a couple pro, but we've done more backyard than pro judging. But it's good to sit there and talk with the judges that are at your table after you're done judging a certain category. The best thing that you can do is talk to the I don't know what just happened there. It got really bright in here. I'm under spotlight. But no, that you can talk, you can sit there and you have 6 entries in front of you and you could ask if one of them tastes like yours, you can ask the whole table, what did you think of number 3? I mean, they don't have to know that that's, what you cook and that's what you turn in. But I mean, you'll be able to tell by talking to the judges what flavors they like, just what was your favorite and why, which is
have you guys, from your experiences, like on the judges side of things, how has that improved your cooking?
We talk to a lot of judges. We're not as good as Robert and Lex. We've had a class, or I did a mock cook-off at home and invited judges, and I will tell you that we probably learned more from one of those that we had. Robert and Lex are like the masters of talking and getting that information from the judges. They're just so good at it. They have hosted. Lex, how many judges have y'all hosted that were working on their master judge?
I don't know. I don't know. We do in between. Well, I mean, last year we didn't, and this year we haven't yet, but we were doing, I want to say between 5 and 10 a year.
This is unbelievable. I mean, Paul and I can barely make it around each other in the trailer. I can't even imagine. I mean, you guys have been so good at it. You've had the TV crews. But I'll tell you, having those judges and listening to those judges and having judge friends, I mean, it's the best thing you can do. I mean, get their feedback and, they see the trends and, just ask what's hitting right now. And guess what? In 2 or 3 weeks, it may totally change. We've got a lot of judges that are coming back that were off for a full year, if not a little bit longer. And, tastes have changed since they judged last. And so now we're trying to figure out, do we go back to what we were doing? Do we keep going this way with what we're doing? And so it's kind of a little bit of a hit and miss till everybody gets back into, I guess, a little bit of normalcy.
Yeah.
So there's been a lot of talk here. Let's see if I can follow all of this. I'm backing up a little bit.
Can we do Wes's question?
Wes, which question was that?
Will you guys pick one contest and cook it separately from your husband's?
Oh, golly.
Come on, Lynn, let's go.
Oh, wait. Are you saying, is the question here, would I go cook and be Lex's pit bitch? Yes, I would. Would I go cook by myself? I can't even get the trailer there, man. I'd have to have a pop-up.
I know, right?
Do you know what those chicken legs would look like? Everybody would have a chance. You'd have a chance.
I mean, we could go incognito with like a different team name.
I always said I wanted to team up with Brandy Cole, and I wanted to be Hot Tutors. Hot Tutors.
That's awesome.
That would be funny.
We wanted to cook a Pussyq as a backyard team and call it Hot Tutors. And Paul goes, "How are you gonna get a trailer there? I don't know. Who's gonna prep the meat?"
Hey, Lynn.
No.
Lynn, I'll drive. We'll be silly hot tutors.
What would we be? What?
Silly hot tutors.
Silly hot tutors.
Oh, silly tutors. That would be awesome.
Maybe we should start with like steak and cook that as a team and then move maybe slowly into barbecue. I don't know.
No, we don't need the guys. I know, I think I told Lynn, I don't know if I told you, Ellen, but way back in the day, and I don't even remember when this was, Oh boy went to True Bud's class. That was when he first started giving classes after he won Team of the Year. He went to True Bud's class, and that was the same weekend as Pensacola. I drove the trailer down to Pensacola with my friend Debbie. I met her down south of Birmingham because she lives in Memphis. And I taught her my job as I was doing old boy's job, and we didn't do too bad. I got a third place chicken call.
There you go.
We can go. It can be done.
I know Lex can, because that was the point that Paul looked at me and goes, I want a Lex. And I was like, I'm sorry, I can't drive the truck and the trailer.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Y'all are making Brian's wheels turn about all the things that I could help him do. Whew. That would be scary.
Brian, you know she's the master of the kale box. She's the master of kale. Come on.
I mean, I just have to have Lynn there to rub it on, and then we're good, right?
That's it.
Magic touch. No, I'm driving Brian's truck, and I'm running over curbs. So imagine me trying to drive his truck and that fifth wheel down the road. It would not be a pretty thing.
No, we just have to take either the trailer or the RV. It'd have to be one of the two, because I could drive both.
Well, I could drive maybe the RV, but yeah, not a fifth wheel.
I always said, we were talking about getting a new trailer, and I was like, I looked at, when we were up in West Salem, Matt and Sarah Walker were up there, and they let me like take a tour of their Class C. And I was like, I think I could drive one of those. And Paul went, baby, you don't even like to drive my truck. I feel like his truck, when the mirrors are extended all the way out, that I'm like crossing the lines, even though I know I'm in them. But yeah, it's I offered them, and it's the thought that counts.
That's right.
Sarah's on here, by the way, and she said, hi, ladies.
Oh, hey.
Yeah, there's a lot of ladies on here, so y'all, I'll give them a shout out. They're all here watching. There's a lot of men, too.
All right, so if we were to cook a contest, what contest would we go cook without the boys? Or maybe against the boys? They can't live without us. They lose.
Bahamas.
Ooh.
Hey,
I'm all about like beach and casinos.
Yeah.
Yes, I know about the casinos.
Hey, it's all about giving back to the community.
I know.
Yeah.
You got to support.
And I'm really good at giving back.
Brian, I mean, I've gone with him several times to these casinos, and now I've got the itch, and I don't know why, but yeah, it's fun. And we went to one when we were, where were we? I cannot remember, but it was fun.
I miss Metropolis. Lex, do you remember Metropolis? I know you do.
Yeah, that's where I knew that you had the fondness for casinos.
Oh, that casino had the best craps table dealers ever, because I had absolutely no clue what I was doing. And a coworker gave me a piece of paper that said, put it all on the come line. And I was like, are these gonna, excuse me?
That doesn't sound right.
Am I going to offend somebody? I don't know if I can say. And they were like the greatest guys ever. And I played for 12 hours straight. They were like,
wow.
You can leave your chips and go to the restroom. I was like, no, I'm good. I'm good. Let me throw the dice. Let me throw the dice. So, but I have to go with somebody who knows what they're doing, or I'm really uncomfortable. I love to go with Scott Smith, but then you look down and you got like $1,500 on the table, and it's like, oh, please don't crap out. Please don't crap out. Please don't crap out.
Yeah.
These are high rollers, man. I'm like, ooh, $5.
Yes.
I don't.
Lynn, you're more my speed. I go with Brian, and I just sit him watching like piles of chips, and I'm like losing mine.
No, my 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 30. Yeah, Paul doesn't get to play either. He puts lots of chips down. Wait, I'm like, that's all my chips. You just put them all in one roll and it crapped out. No. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun.
So Sean Michael, I always butcher his name. Miguel Michael.
Sean Michael. Be Sean Michael.
I know
Michael.
who Sean is. I just mispronounced his last name. Old Virginia Smoke and Checkered Flag did, I think he said a husband and wife team, if I'm following that right.
Uh-huh.
I think. So it is possible. Lee Hickle, still at the hospital in San Antonio. What happened to Lee?
I don't know.
We just saw Lee. Lee was in.
Wednesday. I'm not sure if they're talking about him or somebody else, but
Yeah, we just left him Saturday.
I'm not sure. It just says still at the hospital in San Antonio. Hopefully get to go home tomorrow. Fly back to Roebuck Wednesday. So not sure what's going on, Lee, but I hope you're okay. What else?
Sorry,
Carrie
Meg said MWF, so I have to.
Carrie Chastain said, if mom can drive the motorhome, you can. So, yes.
No, that lady is like the greatest ever. Nope. She is fantastic. She's my hero.
Yep.
And a big shout out. Love you. Get home soon.
All right. Brian wants us to cook on drums, so we can bring in the drums.
Okay, if Brian says that, can we take one home? After we cook on it? One for Lynn, one for me, one orange and one purple.
Maybe. Yes.
Would you want a pink one or a purple, Lynn?
I got a purple one.
Oh.
Do you want a pink one?
I totally do pink. My next cooker, Paul almost got a pink one this last time. The next smoker is going to be a pink one. I feel it with purple sparkles.
Oh, awesome. Brian said Lee's wife had surgery, so.
Oh, okay.
Okay, but she had a last minute surgery. Okay, well, I hope everything's all right with your wife, Lee. Okay, so I'm not sure which contest they're talking about, but they said it made it to 25 teams and the women did good. It made it a qualifier. You know what they're talking about?
Who said that?
Sean.
Oh, that was the Virginia Smoke checker flag. I guess the girls got together and made it to 2015 to make it a qualifier.
Oh. Well, way to go.
We were close. Effingham 2 years ago, Effingham was at 24 teams, and they were really needing that 25th for it to be a qualifier. And Lou from High on the Hog, we were like, high tutors. I got hot tutors. I got high tutors. Just in case y'all didn't know, I'm the tutor. And so I was like, hey, we talked about it. We were going to scrap up the meat and try to do it. And that was as close as I got, was talking about it. Luckily, somebody else stepped up and we were like, oh, yeah, you go right ahead.
Do they pull, like, who do they pull at that point to make it a contest that is a qualifier? Do they try to pull from among the proteins, or do they go to the backyard? Can they do that?
A lot of times the backyard team will step up.
Okay.
Yeah, well, a lot of the times the proteins will sit there and offer to pay for their brisket and whatever else that they need for the meat.
I think we had a guy who had signed up because it's optional. You do not have to sign up to cook all 4 meats. And so a team just wanted to do the chicken and the ribs because they were doing like vending and stuff. And so we were all like, oh, if you'll put it on and you'll cook it, we'll give you the butt, we'll give you the, a brisket. Everybody has like extra stuff. So, and it's just got to be a piece of, brisket. So everybody's like, we can have our point. We can always have our point.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, they were like, oh, okay. But then we were also like, but don't forget, you got to get it turned in on time too. So trust me, we were on them hard. Did you turn it in? Did you turn it in? Do you need us to turn it in?
Make sure it goes in the box. All right, so we're almost halfway through the year. What are y'all looking forward to the most?
As far as the season?
It can be the spring season, it could be the fall season, it could be whatever, or like a contest you're attending.
I don't know. Like we're going to Cape Girardeau. We're going back to Cape Girardeau for the second time. That was a fun contest. We had a great time at.
Where's that at? Which state?
Missouri.
Missouri. Okay.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. I think, and I don't know if he's been talking to Brian or Smoking.
The California
about-
thing.
Yeah, that's next year though.
Okay.
So, but I am.
Lynn, are
I'm
you
looking-
aware of this?
I'm all about California.
You're all about California. Well,
any state that we have not cooked in, I'm always excited about. And so we've pretty much cooked in every state that touches Tennessee, and then the states that pretty much touch those states that touch Tennessee. So I'm now like looking at stuff, Oklahoma, we've never cooked there. We hit Texas this year. West Virginia, we haven't cooked. I actually really wanted, which I'm glad we went to Roebuck, South Carolina now, but I was like, hey, baby, there's a double in Maryland. Let's go. It's a double chance for points. And he was like, no. But I'm like, I would like to do something like that. I think that would be a lot of fun.
now, from my understanding, they're going to go help Rob Bauer, I believe.
Mhm.
They're going to go. And
From Backyard Barbecue Heroes.
yes.
Yes.
We're not going to drive out there. We're going to fly. We're going to help him. So
Well, I think the way it's going is that everybody's going to have a meet, but I'm not really sure. He's been doing that stuff. So
we'll see if this comes to fruition. I really think it's going to. So get ready to pack your bags, Lynn. We're headed to California next year, though. Okay.
I really want to try going through like the airport with like a chicken in my backpack.
See how far.
girl, no.
I mean, I've seen people do it, and I'm going, do they really?
Yeah, no, we went to Sweden with knives in our carry-ons, or on our luggage. So yeah. And then you have the injections and all that in powder form. Yeah, they don't look at you very nicely.
No.
No.
How did you get through the airport with all the knives?
No, they weren't our packed luggage.
Yeah, but you could still take those in your pack.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's not like we were carrying it on. It was on the plane, and we weren't near it. So
Yeah,
but they went through everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. We hit that in Kansas City. We hit, all of the Kansas City barbecue store, and Paul got some big, huge bag of some injection that looked like a freaking kilo of cocaine. And, whose bag does he put it in? And we were doing all carry-on. And I learned so much from you. Just ask Lou, because they were laughing, and Paul was like, hey, you need to be quiet. Be quiet. Shut your mouth. And I'm like, hey, what are you doing with that liquid stuff? And what color should it turn? Look, this TSA guy was the sweetest guy. It was 5:30 in the morning. There was nobody at the airport. He was super, super sweet. And he actually had a very good sense of humor, because he was like swabbing all around the lid, making sure it was all sealed. And I was like, what color should that turn like if it's not good? And he goes, blue. And about that time it turned blue. And I was like,
uh-oh.
And he goes, just joking. I was like, you're so funny. And Paul's like, stop. Stop. So I know he loves taking me everywhere.
Yeah, Scotty Wild said you'd be funny at the airport.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And then Matt Barber had a brisket when he went to Italy. I don't know where he stuck it. Did he stick it in his carry-on? I don't know.
Maybe we shouldn't ask personal questions like that.
I don't know.
Could you bend over? Bend over and spread them, please. Is that a brisket?
But Gary wants us to go to South Dakota in August. He's road tripping it all over the country. Carrie Chastain with Hold Your Horses.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I think it's awesome.
We could ask how far people are willing to travel for barbecue. How far?
Oh, I would travel anywhere, because I don't have to travel.
Yeah.
It's how far can Paul's butt travel? That's the biggest question.
So how far have you traveled in the U.S.? We'll start there. I heard Sweden, like overseas, but how far have you guys traveled in the U.S.?
We've gone to California.
California. Did you drive the RV? You flew?
No,
Okay.
we flew. I think the furthest that we've driven with the RV or a trailer was either Kansas City or Oklahoma.
Okay. What about you, Lynn?
So Humboldt, Texas, and West Salem, Wisconsin were our two farthest. And If it tells you anything, we are totally going back to West Salem in June. Is bringing home the bacon. I think it's June or July. I don't have my calendar up. I'm so sorry, Lori. But Wisconsin was gorgeous, and the location was just beautiful. Of course, last year it was in the fall, and the trees were changing colors, and we were on like a lake, and we looked across, and we could have sworn it was Canada. It had to be Canada, because we drove for like what felt like days, and they were like, "Oh no, Canada's like another 3 hours north."
Oh,
It's like, how? And
good.
Myrtle Beach was a pretty good haul, and we drove till we literally drove into the ocean. So 10 and a half, 11 hours. And I think West Salem was like 12 and a half. Humble was 12 and a half. And of course, all of ours is driving. We haven't gotten brave enough to do the fly thing. I just don't know that people will take care of us when we get there. And man, that would really suck to not have any half pans or full pans and have to go to Sam's. Not having knives.
Yeah, that's when you rent a big SUV and you go shopping as soon as you get there.
I just
a logistical nightmare.
Is that what you did in Sweden, Lex?
No, that's what we did in California. In Sweden, we had to bring everything with us. Some of it was untested, so yeah, it was surprising, our food.
How well did you do?
We didn't do too bad. I want to say we were 14th overall, but when we got there, so they set everybody up, and it was a world barbecue championship. So we were the only American team there. We show up in our t-shirts as usual. Everybody else is in chef jackets.
Oh.
They gave us a full salmon because we were in Sweden. So the Norwegian salmon, he doesn't eat seafood, and I hate salmon.
Oh no.
And then they gave us a little basket of vegetables. We had to do sides with the salmon and the chicken. They told us ahead of time they were going to give us a full shoulder. So we're freaking out thinking we're going to have this big, huge, honking thing, and we are going to have to cut it up and stuff. So we're looking at YouTube videos on the right way to do it. And yeah, it was, I kid you not, maybe that big. The money muscle was this big. It was eye-opening. And the ribs were, I think, about that long. So it was pretty small. And that brisket there, it was a decent size, but it didn't have any point on it. And I think I saw one little thing of fat in it.
Uh-oh.
Just one little tiny one. But the brisket turned out really good. So we talked Norwegian team. We made friends with the Norwegian team, and they came and filleted our salmon for us. Thank God.
So nice.
Yeah. So we actually beat all the Norwegian teams in salmon. Yes. Which is really good. So what we did to thank them is we gave them some brisket injection, because they usually don't cook brisket. They said that that's usually a stew meat or a soup meat. So we gave them that, but they ended up injecting their pork with it and got third place.
So that was helpful.
Yeah. Yeah. But it was a lot of fun. I mean, we met such great people. So I really recommend going Oconus or outside of the country to go and cook. It's like I said, you have to bring a lot of stuff that's not going to spoil. So, I mean, it might be products you don't usually use like we did, but it's a lot of fun. And you meet a lot of cool people.
It would be hard though.
Oh yeah.
Trying to pack all that stuff and figure out what to take.
Yep.
But well, is there anything else you guys want to talk about before we wrap up tonight? Team of the so far top team KCBS.
Yeah, we're just gonna bask in the glory of this beautiful 14 days now that extended. It extended from our first 6 days.
Yeah.
Because it can change at any time. I did take a screen capture. I am that person. I was like, I need to be able to remember this moment. Because man, there are such great teams. And, honestly, I think a lot of it has just been because we cook every single weekend. And I always thought that was the craziest thing ever. And how in the world can you do it? And then last year, after we finally did, I think we did about 16 or 17 weeks in a row. And it became such a habit that when we didn't cook, it it just threw us off, and all we could do was go, is there a contest? Are there awards somewhere? It's chicken turn-in time. It's rib turn-in time. You think everybody made the window? You just live it. So,
Brian still does that, and we don't get to cook nearly as often. So
we've just been really blessed to be able to do it, and that we still enjoy it, and we haven't killed each other yet. There have been those moments, because I am that person that has to be, Paul literally has to settle me down sometimes, especially when he tells me that the chicken is still cooking at 12:01 and that it needs another minute or two.
That would make me sweat.
Yeah.
So
I sweat when Brian says it's done at 11:06, and
yeah,
got ways to go, buddy.
he has learned to start warning me, and he will let me know, hey, baby, chicken's going to be at the end of the window today. So that helps me a little bit. But yeah, but I think part of it's just been that, we're cooking every single weekend and in a rhythm. So, and just hope that it continues, because like I said, it could go to anybody at any time after any given weekend.
What about you, Lex? What are you looking forward to the next 2 weeks?
In the next 2 weeks?
Yeah.
Kennett, Missouri. I mean, we've never been there, so I'm excited to go. So Lynn, remind me to bring you extra apple pie at Kennett. So when he does tell you that, you can have a quick little shot and it'll calm you right down.
You do mean that apple pie with apples and a crust, right?
Nope.
Yes. No.
That does calm me down, though. It does. It helps a lot.
Yeah, well, that's why we do our 11-11, because we're not always at each other's throats, but it can get kind of dicey in there, and somebody may limp away one time. So yeah, it's better that 11-11 happens than it doesn't.
See, Paul just knows his importance, and I can't get everything cooked in time, so I gotta have him. He's so important.
Well, thank you, ladies. I know it's been a minute since we've seen each other, and Brian tells me we're doing this quarterly. I don't remember saying that, but he said we're doing this quarterly. So
I want to see where that's written.
Yeah, I know. He's probably putting it in his phone right now. So y'all just be prepared. We might be seeing each other in the next quarter. But I appreciate you guys.
Anytime. You guys are awesome. So
well,
there's a lot of really good people on the barbecue trail. So I tell people, and I kind of laugh, that I didn't realize that we didn't have friends when we don't cook. So it's like that's
you guys. And thanks for representing us so well.
Thank you very, very much.
Thanks for being our sponsor.
Yes.
You're welcome. I'm going to figure out how to bring you guys down. I have a few more things to share with everybody listening. If I can figure this out. Brian's not here for me.
Bring it down.
Lynn.
Bring you down. Okay. I think they're off. Well, guys, thank you for joining us for Chewin the BBQ Fat Women's Edition. We've enjoyed having you guys tonight. I did want to let you know we've got a few contests coming up shortly that we're going to be delivering to. Franklin is on the list, and we've got a few GBA contests that we will be delivering to. So be looking for Facebook posts about that. Also, like I said, we've got a lot of new steak products coming out. So stay tuned. And if there's anything you're not seeing on our website that you want to, shoot me an email at ellen@atlantabbqstore.com. Check us out next week. I know Brian has somebody from KCBS that he's going to be speaking with, so you don't want to miss it next week. Thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll see you next Monday at 8:30.